Yo, what's up, boys? Stoic Tang with another YouTube video. You know, boys, I haven't posted in a while. I haven't been super consistent in my videos or my TikTok. But that doesn't mean I wasn't consistent with my life in general. The time being off camera for me has centered me to another place of just being an eternal being. Of being a grounded person to the earth. A grounded person as a servant of Allah, a servant of God. I'm not gonna let a week of inconsistency to push me off my path. Some days, some weeks, some months are going to push you off your ledge, are going to push you off where you used to be. But something that I really love to think about and talk about is to not talk about anything, is to not speak about your success, is to not speak about what you achieve. Keep it to yourself. Because what nobody knows, they can't ruin. That's why sometimes I'm a little bummed out when people find out something about me that I celebrated on my own or with my own family. I don't want to share my life because some things are just better not to be known. You know, because not everything's going to last forever, and why would I want to spoil something great just to speak about it, just to get someone else's approval, just to get someone to say congratulations? I'm not about that life anymore. I don't need people to approve of me, people to accept me for what I say. You know, that's just the way that I'm living now. I don't seek for approval. I don't seek for validation. I just accept and I take in and I congratulate myself with my family. That's the type of life that a happy person, peaceful person should deal with, you know. That's what you should implement in your life. Or if you want to, you know, I'm not saying it's bad to tell your friends. I'm not saying it's bad to tell your teachers. I'm not saying it's bad to speak about or post about your achievements, but, you know, if it doesn't benefit you and just strokes your ego a little bit, then I suggest you shouldn't. That's the framework of life. Like, you know, once you like finally understand that being alone is fine, being alone is okay. Like, you don't have to have somebody next to you. You don't need to have somebody to tell about your day every single day. You don't need to have good morning texts. You don't need to have anything, really. As long as you have yourself and you have food on the table and you're still breathing, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. Also that, you know, that you're still pursuing what you want to pursue. Every single day you're getting an inch closer to your final destination. So, what's so bad about being lonely? What's so bad about being by yourself? You know? Enjoy the time you have with yourself. Some people are so caught up with their friends that they don't want to be alone. They're so caught up with romantic partners that they don't want to be alone. I mean, personally, I've always been alone. So like, when people leave my life, or when people even enter my life, it's like, it doesn't change much. My life doesn't change much, really. Because I know that if it all goes wrong, I'll still have me. Because I've always been alone. I've always been okay with myself. I don't personally think that my mental health is affected by me very strongly. Like, don't get me wrong. I do critique myself. I do have negative self-talk, obviously, as every single person does. But I believe my negative self-talk is only motivating me to become better. My negative self-talk is shaping me to become a person that I want to become. So is that really negative self-talk, or is that positive self-talk? Because saying things to myself that are the reality instead of a masked truth is way better. Because if I tell myself that I'm not doing the correct thing, that I'm a failure, that I'm terrible, or that I'm horrendous at something, then that's the real truth. And I can get better from that. I can create feedback from that. What did you learn from that self-talk, you know? And there's nothing really, like I said, there's nothing wrong with being alone. If you can't be alone, then that's your number one problem. God is going to put you in situations where you have to be alone. If you can't, you know? You're going to be taught some way or another that you have to be alone. Me personally, I've always been fine with it. Like, I didn't have anybody to hold my hand. I don't have anybody to lean on when things get tough. Like, I've had myself. I've had the gym. I've had, like, myself. What? And I don't really try and, really think about the negative anymore. Like, what's the point in thinking about things that aren't part of my life anymore? What's the point of thinking about negative things when it's going to bring my overall mood down? When it's going to unmotivate me? When it's going to drown me in sorrow? Why would I want to feel that again? You know? Honestly, I don't really feel anything anymore. Like, obviously, I do feel things. Like, I'm proud of myself. I can feel that. But I don't really feel much so far. I mean, it's not like, my heart is fluttering. It's not like I'm super completely excited. It's not like I'm super bummed out for anything. Maybe it's just a moment of my life right now that everything's seeming to be alright. I mean, maybe it could just be that. But I know that if I just keep the same mentality, that no matter what happens, I'm gonna be okay. That no matter what happens, I'm gonna figure it out, That's what a man's mentality, not a man's mentality, it's anybody's mentality. To just say that I'll figure it out, I'll figure out what's gonna be the next steps after this. Something you need to adopt is being okay with being by yourself. Although I do critique myself very strongly, I know that my critique isn't like self-deteriorating, you know? I do critique myself very strongly because I have high standards for myself. Like, I feel like I'm obligated to do something. I'm obligated to achieve this achievement, you know? That's how I feel, me personally. But it's not to the point where I completely self-deteriorate myself, like I say that I'm not something that I already am, or, you know? It's not like I'm putting myself in a hole, you know? Like, I just try to critique myself to my limit, essentially. And it's been working to my favor. But being alone is a gift. It's not a punishment. It's a gift. You're being taught to self-reflect. You're being taught to be alone with your own thoughts without distractions. That's also another thing about me not really liking social media. Me not liking the doom scrolling. Me not liking watching videos again and again. Now I'm just looking at a screen. My eyes are just distracted. I don't like doing that anymore. It just makes me feel like I'm so immersed into my phone. Like, I'm a human being. Why am I immersed into a device where I'm trying to escape reality? Or I'm trying to escape the person I am right now? The person I am in a mirror. Like, we're not living in personas of social media. You know, we're just us. We're just the people we are in the real life. In real life. We're not the person that is on social media. That's our character. It's like a video game. You play a character. It's not the person we are. People judge you based off your social media, but that's nothing compared to who you really are. And another thing I hate is when people think they know me. If you're not watching this video right now, or even if you are, I'm sorry to say, but you don't know me. I'm a completely different person when it comes to family, when it comes to friends, when it comes to teachers. I'm a different person for almost everything. And so are you. Don't act like you're innocent, all right? We all have different personas. So, you know, like, but I feel like the true authentic self, the true person you are, is when you are alone. When you are alone with your thoughts. When you are alone in a room like I am alone in my room right now at 11:46 p.m. Where I just have full control over what I think, full control over what I do, full control of what I hear, what I see, what I taste, full control of reality. But then, if you're immersed in social media, if you're immersed into your phone, your computer, you're not living reality. You're trying to escape it. And escaping reality is only going to delay your success. It's only going to delay your peace of mind, and it's only going to delay love. You know what is love? God is love. So you're delaying God when He is waiting for you. Honestly, that's all I have today, guys. It's quite a long video, but just some thoughts that came to my mind. I'll be starting some laws of the 48 laws of power soon. Maybe some more books that I've been reading, like the Atomic Habits book or Ego is the Enemy, as I've said before, but it's been a while to catch up on. So essentially that's it. Just be okay with being alone. Spend more time with yourself. And try to not be so hard on yourself. Because your only greatest critique is yourself. Thank you guys for watching. And I hope you enjoyed. Peace out.